Hi, today in this video I am going to show you how Cyberpunk 2077 fumbles the genre that inspired it, so let's get into it. Cyberpunk 2077 takes its genre and creates a very beautiful world to play in. If only it utilized it to tackle the issues that it hints at with a more tactful hand. Few games in recent memory have been able to create such a fully realized world with so much visual flair and potential as CD Projekt Red's Cyberpunk 2077. A handful of its characters such as Judy Alvarez are beacons of what this story and the world can be at its best. But one of the biggest missed opportunities lies within the game's own DNA. While its namesake and overall influences may be inspired by the cyberpunk genre, it often feels as though it never truly commits to the deeper implications of the world it's creating or the weighty ideas it hints at within its narrative. Cyberpunk is inherently political and rife with social commentary. While Cyberpunk 2077, unfortunately, opts to mainly introduce potentially big philosophical ideas, these ideas simply feel as if they become afterthoughts shortly after. With that being said, the genre itself leaves a lot of room for interpretation, so not every single piece of media necessarily has to be a deep and incisive deconstruction of societal issues and the human condition. The cyberpunk genre has existed in some capacity for nearly as long as science fiction itself has existed. Although the term itself didn't become a staple until the 1980s, many earlier examples are present throughout media that predate the terminology. The works of science fiction writers Isaac Asimov and Philip K. Dick, to name a few, were some of the earliest examples of what would eventually be considered cyberpunk. Their stories often existed on the fringes of science fiction and delved into topics regarding artificial intelligence, government omnipotence, corporate corruption, as well as the nature of consciousness and what it means to be human in a technological world. When it's all said and done, Cyberpunk 2077 proved to be a fun sci-fi romp. But it could have been more. At times it even tried to be. Unfortunately, it just could not stick the landing when it came to those themes. Instead, it opted to be a kind of mindless action thriller, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. The story is marred by what could have been and the potential that it sadly squanders. It's in no way a bad story, but it is not as imaginative or as deep as it could have been. And the issue there is that sometimes it thinks it's being deeper and edgier than it actually is. With more story well on the way in future patches, we could see a turnaround. And that's something I am honestly looking forward to seeing. I'm still excited to see more of this world and how the future could change the fate of Night City. That's it for the video. Thanks for watching the video, guys. If you liked the video, so please hit on the like button and share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe the channel.